Hello, everyone. It is a new year. How are you? Oh my gosh. You're probably wondering, how did the first year in business go? I am going to share with you all of that because let me tell you, who was crazy enough to launch a business during a pandemic? Yeah, I did that. So there's a couple of things that I want to talk about today. First, I want to discuss with you three major lessons that I learned in my first year. Also, why you probably should keep that day job just for a little bit longer. And then we'll close it out talking about goals. You need to make every day as productive as possible. And the way to do that is to have goals. Let's get into it. Welcome to Notaries BIZ. If you're new to my channel, here I discuss all things notary and talk a little bit about some business practices that you may want to go ahead and consider to keep you inspired on your entrepreneur journey. So be sure to watch this video all the way to the end because you probably have questions that I've already answered here. Yeah, don't leave the comment because I already answered it. I have a lot going on. I've been gone for a while, but let's just pass all of that. Let's get into it. First thing is lessons. Wow. What did I learn in my first year? There's so much, but I'm just going to focus on three things. The first one is you don't have to tell everybody what you have going on, because what I learned is some things you just have to keep to yourself. Not everyone is going to be excited for you. Not everyone is going to understand. So it's important that you really don't rush to start to share this information, because I know you're excited, with too many people. And even then, pick the individuals that either are business owners so they understand what you're doing, that friend or family member or sibling that is always cheering you on and is like, hey, what can I do to help you? And they're genuinely going to be happy for you to walk you through and, be an accountability partner for you. I learned that maybe sometimes I rush to share stuff too fast, and you just never know who is out here plotting and scheming. So, and then on top of that, you're still trying to figure this whole thing out, and you don't want to put yourself out there, and then you end up not doing it, and now you have all the naysayers. Yep, I knew it. Look at that. Ugh, they weren't going to make it anyways. You don't want to give them that power over you. I'm still learning that because I've always been a person that likes to share, hence why I'm here. But there are some things you just have to hold back, at least for a while, longer than you normally would. So that's lesson number one. Lesson number two, patience. You guys, listen. If you're someone that has no patience, you have an attitude at everything and everyone, please, you can just stop the video right here. Stop what you're doing, shut it down, walk away, because this is not going to work out for you. There are going to be days when things are not going to go the way you expect, and you need to have patience not only with yourself, with others as well, so you can get through whatever the problem is or however the day is going. Do not put that in any type of phone conversation when a company calls you to book you for a job. Do not exude that towards the signer via email, via text, or via voice call. Please, people, please. I don't know how many times I have to tell some people, like, if you have an attitude and you're negative Nancy all day long, this is not for you, because I'm telling you, there are going to be days where you just have to scream. You have to scream. You have to bite your tongue. And, there's a time and a place for everything. So I've always been a very patient person. It takes a lot to really get me to a place where I'm extremely mad. But it's a different type of patience that you need for this. And so I want to give you that heads up. Check your attitude in the mirror before you leave the house, okay? And the third big lesson, be proud. Because guess what? Not a lot of people would pursue this, or anything business-wise. It takes a lot of strength and commitment to make a step like this. So when you accomplish moments of winning, celebrate it. Take yourself out, buy something new, drink a glass of wine if you would like to. Okay, I do quite often. I never want people to think that we're out here trying to brag, because that's not really the case. It's really in a way to inspire others to have something to look forward to. Just like a job gives you a bonus for having a great month or a great week or a great year in business, you're the business owner. So the same rules apply to you in this process as well. Because you have worked really, really hard. And if others take it negatively, then forget about them. I mean, it is what it is. However, when you are sharing your wins, just be mindful and be humble when doing so, because you put in that work. Okay? We're bosses here. And so you should be excited. Don't quit your day job. Okay? Depending on where you are in your current situation, if you're jumping into this because this is your only hope, then obviously this may not apply to you. But if you currently have a job and you're thinking about quitting, let's wait a minute, okay? Slow down just a little bit. Yeah, just a little. Because I actually launched this business right at the beginning of the pandemic last year. And I also had a day job. Now, I highly recommend, because the business can be slow when you first start out, it's good to keep your main job or your day job so that there'll be an easy and a better transition from one to the other. When you're at work, focus at your job. Don't try to mix the two. Don't print documents, at your company printer. Respect that job like you would want someone to respect your business. Keep them separate. But be in the moment of the job you have, because honestly, it was here before this business. Now, what I would do on my days off, I worked signings. And starting out, I highly recommend doing one signing a day. And by doing that, you're slowly, the business is at a snail pace at the beginning, but it doesn't feel as harsh because you still have your steady income while you're building this new one. I've done signings at 8 o'clock in the morning. I've done signings at 9:30 p.m. at night. There is somewhere in there where you will be able to fit at least one signing in the day. If I had to cancel for whatever reason, that's the beauty of this business. I would just tell the company, please go ahead and reassign this to someone else. But try not to do that too often when you're canceling, because it's not going to be a good look if you're constantly canceling. So try to be smart as to how you work your side hustle around your main hustle. With that, having both, I had to learn how to organize my time. Oh, let me tell you, it's a lot to just work your regular job, but then to also have to run a business. Organization of time is going to be everything. This is why sometimes people are like, oh, can I just have 10 minutes of your time? 10 minutes turns into 20, 20 turns into 30. I really don't have the ability as people may think I do. I didn't book anything on the actual day when I got off of work until I was actually feet on the ground home. And then anything that came last minute, I would pick up. And usually those pay a little more because they're desperate. Secret tip there. Take note. Yep. And the last point that I would give about why you should keep the day job is, especially for, like, if let's say you have healthcare. I mean, being self-employed and healthcare, I don't know if you guys know about this or have found difficulty. Healthcare privately is very expensive. So if you have a day job and it has really good healthcare, try to see how, again, you can keep that while you're building your business. Plan that out before you do it, and make sure all parties that are dependent on you, like a spouse and children or a parent, are aware of the transition that you're planning to make, so everyone can support you in that process. But before we go further, go ahead and hit that notification bell so that you can know when I have something new posted just for you. Obviously, I can't discuss everything in one video, so you want to know when I'm coming in with something else that you might be interested in. All right, you see that? Yep. Hit that bell for me. Thank you. Now, the last point that I want to make here for you today are goals. Goals are so important because you want to make sure every step that you're making, you're being productive. I am all about being productive. I hate falling behind, even though it happens. For me, the first goal that I had set, and I started doing that at the beginning of this year, is self-care. You guys, You know, we're in a pandemic, so our health is so important. We got to keep that strong, keep our immune system extremely able to handle all of these things that are coming at us. So self-care is going to be urgent for you to do. You know, I actually started taking up chiropractor sessions because I'm always at the computer all day long, and I started having tension around my neck and shoulder, and it was just killing me. So I've been going to the chiropractor now for a while, and that has helped out immensely. So on those days, it's almost like my own little therapy session, even a little better than having a massage, because the chiropractor knows exactly what true spots medically to hit. And that self-care, you know, is crucial, guys. Please take care of yourself out here, especially when meeting with people. We're really exposing ourselves to more than we normally would. So take time away when you need to. You come first. Because Sheila's taking care of herself. That's what she's doing. The other goal I'll tell you this set, and if you could even start this in your first year, I learned this kind of halfway through my first year, is try your best to keep a consistent stream of monthly income. That is definitely my goal this year. Whatever that number is, try your best to kind of keep it consistent. Because if anything, if you're someone like me looking to buy real estate, the lenders look at having a steady stream of income. My third goal, which is very common in this industry, is to go direct. Honey, you will find out that the lower pay you have, the more signings you have to do, the harder you have to work, and it is draining. I was doing a lot of signings in the first year per month, sometimes 80 to 90. It is exhausting. There's the fun stuff, but we are working. We are killing ourselves 2 a.m. at the computer preparing document days, okay? So I'm trying to get more direct business so I get paid a little more per signing, so I don't have to do as many signings, which allows me to open up my time for continued self-care, family quality time, but also to be able to come to you with more content and coaching sessions, and just to be not so stressed because I'm just so busy all the time. I'm trying to go direct, so I'm working on a lot of different marketing campaigns, reaching out, trying to build relationships like I learned from the course to get more direct business. So that is one of my major goals that hopefully you will set that for yourself. And my last goal is going to be, again, piggybacking off the previous one, is I do want to share my experiences with you. I want to be present on this journey and walk it with you. I've already actually this year launched my ebook. Once you subscribe to my website, if you haven't done so already, you would have gotten the newsletter. But subscribe to my website, you'll get a link to my ebook. That's a really good little starter guide that walks you through the process of getting the alert, handling the assignment, and keeping your accounting. So I'm excited about that. We're on a high right now with this industry, which is great, but we don't know how long it's going to last. So you don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. Support me, I'll support you, you support others. Let's all just go ahead and make this happen. Don't hold back too much. You have a lot more support than you realize, but just jump in. 2 feet in faith. That's one of my very big things that I said when I first started this process last year. I'm jumping in with 2 feet in faith. I'm trusting it. I'm going for it. Nobody's gonna stop me. Well, that's all I have for you guys today. Like, share, subscribe, and do come back. Until then, stay inspired because you're a boss. Hey, boss. Bye, boss.